Hey guys and gals, today is September the 1st of 2020 and here's your update. We're in Lodi still. The turbo speed sensor, the replacement one, eventually arrived a week ago Saturday at Freightliner. I didn't call, I didn't say anything, I just let them do their stuff. Now, Thursday night, excuse me, I call Courtney and she says, your turbocharger is broken. That they put the turbo speed sensor in and it's still throwing codes. And she says, I need to call Rick, the service manager. And she just can't quite tell me until I assure her I'm not going to rat her out. But she tells me that their people broke the turbocharger. Now, they broke it earlier in the week. I don't know when they broke it. Rick knew about it at least Monday. That's a week ago yesterday, that my turbocharger was broken. That their people broke it. And nobody called me. They stick Courtney with giving me the bad news. So she says, okay, I need to call Rick. So Friday morning, I call Rick at 9 o'clock. And I get told, well, he's installing a water tank and he'll call you back. Well, I wrote Rick an email on August the 3rd explaining everything, the fire, Social Security, the modular, why we bought the RV. And he had a full and complete understanding of our situation, and he ignored me. I did not get a call back. I did not get an email response. I got nothing. So I'm figuring, well, Rick is a liar and he's not going to call me back. So after being on hold for 14 minutes and 11 seconds and having asked to be put through to Rick's boss, who is Sean, I hung up. Well, Rick calls my wife's phone and leaves a message that says, hey, I'm at my desk. Call me back. So I call him, and of course he's not there, and I'm on endless hold. So I hang up, and I'm done with Rick. So Marie and I had some errands that we had to run Friday, important ones. And so he called 3 times, but we didn't call him back, and I decided, why am I calling this guy back? Well, Courtney sends me an email that night that says that though she hasn't spoken to Rick personally, she understands that they admit the damage is theirs and they're going to cover the turbo and the 6 hours of installation labor. Well, I don't think that's good enough. So, I'm not yelling at Courtney, but so I look up at the California State Secretary of State's office, where every corporation in the state has to file certain documents, and you have to renew them every 5 years, mainly the name of the business, the location of the business, and the corporate officers. Well, I'm suing them. I'm suing Reading Freightliner when this is all over and I'm back in Flag City for a while. They don't know it yet, but in researching who I need to serve and the actual true name of the company, I find this guy's name Sean Gamble. He's the VP and the CEO or the CFO or COO or something else. And he doesn't have an email listed, but I email him, I guess, at his address, and I'm right. And I forward him the email to Rick from August the 3rd, and I explained that I've heard nothing, and it took 19 days to tell me about my turbo speed sensor, and you've had my coach for 9 weeks, and there doesn't appear to be an end to this. So I said, since I don't appear to be worth Rick's time, I'm hoping I'm worth yours. And I told him I was going to drive up today and have a chit-chat with him. Well, he emailed me Monday morning before noon with what's going on, a plan of action that he is personally overseeing my 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 situation, and that this is the first he knew about it, and he's lighting a fire under Rick and everybody else. Okay, so I emailed him last night and said, I appreciate your email, and I don't think I'm on the back burner anymore, and I don't see a need to come up, but I'm going to call you tomorrow and today, and so we could touch base. And I just got off the phone with him a little bit ago, and he's on top of it, and I have to give him a chance before I have an asshole attack. So it looks like the turbo was sourced, which was a challenge, and it should be there today. Now it's ready to, my coach is in the stall ready to go. So when the turbo comes, they're going to put it right in. There was a weak breaker in my dash air, and they repaired that. I'm not having the dash air rebuilt because I'm just not going to spend that kind of money, but at least the fan blows. So we got that resolved. The transmission turns out to be, and this is what Courtney told me, there's a couple of leaky gaskets, and I had overfilled it, which I suspected, and it's leaking out one of the vents, but that's not why it was low in the first place. Fawns, who I had to do a complete service on, should have replaced the gasket when they replaced the pan, or pulled the pan to get to the filter. So I don't know what the hell Fawns did, but they took $2,000 of my money, and they did a damn piss poor job. So they sourced the part of the steps that needed to be sourced to get the steps to work. Now, Courtney emailed me last night and said, yes, we verified the steps work. She said, we ordered the transmission parts, and we're on top of things. So I appear to be on the front burner, certainly on Sean's front burner. And it looks like things are getting done. Whether it gets done this week or we're stuck in Lodi over Labor Day weekend remains to be seen, but I suspect this is going to get wrapped up soon. God, I hope so. I can't tell you how tired I am of hotels. This Motel 6, though it meets our needs, there's people selling drugs out of the rooms. Because when I get up at 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to either walk on Chico and or take a puff, there's people driving through the parking lot. They're not staying here. There's guys, and you know the type of guys that I'm talking about. Not bicyclists, but guys on bicycles that you know aren't really working and don't have a driver's license anymore. That type of guy rides through this lot all the damn time. So it's like there's a lot going on here. So we can't wait to leave here. I am suing them when we get to Flag City. I'm going to get our costs, and I'm going to figure out what I think what's fair and what I think I could argue. In California, you sue in small claims court for $10,000 or less. So even if I could show $11 or $12 or $14,000 worth of damages, I'm only going to sue him for 10, or if it's less, what I think I could argue. I found Sean's name because I looked at the corporate officers, and there's a phrase, and I'm sitting outside, so I don't have it to my head, but it's like, it's the person of service or something, where it's the corporate officer or the person, if you're suing the company, that's the specific person you serve. So I got his name, and his address is, oddly enough, not at Reading Freightliner, but it's at some roofing company in Reading. So I thought that was interesting, even though this guy is, in fact, according to the last filing, one of the corporate officers. Now, I am going to figure out what I think I could argue, that's extra hotel costs minus what Flag City would have cost us, and some type of per diem for the extra food costs. And I'm going to argue that I shouldn't have to pay any more labor after they assured me it was fixed, and it wasn't. So I'm suing them. I'm just not going to tell them yet. So that's our update for today. I suspect we're not going to be out of here for another week, but I did talk to Sean today, and we're all on the same page. So that's our update for today.